Okay, let's get this party started. In this reading, in this reading, I'm going to do a reading of Asha Jakila Degree. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce her name. She went missing at the age of 9 from Shelby, North Carolina, United States, in the early morning hours of February 14th, 2000. For reasons unknown, she packed a book bag allegedly, left her family home north of the city, and began walking along nearby North Carolina Highway 18. Despite heavy rain and wind, several passing motorists saw her allegedly when one turned around at a point of 1.3 miles from her home and began to approach her. She left the roadside and ran into a wooded area allegedly. In the morning, her parents discovered her missing from her bedroom. She has not been seen since, and there has been various stories on what may have happened. There was an intensive search that began that day, led to the location of some of her personal effects near where she was last seen. A year and a half later, her book bag, still packed, was unearthed from a construction site along Highway 18 north of Shelby in Morganton, at the point where she ran into the woods. A billboard now stands appealing for help in finding her. Her family hosts an annual walk from their home to the billboard to draw attention to the case. Okay. There has been circumstances that allege that she may have ran away from home due to circumstances that may have occurred at school. There has been various leads and things of that nature. Always had an instinct feeling of what may have happened, and I do believe there's a lot of deception going on, but we'll find that out. So we're going to ask the guardians, the gods and goddesses, to give me the visions of Asha Degree. Let me know what happened that night. Asha Degree, if you can lend me your spirit, sweetheart, tell us what happened to you. Let's cleanse this text. Cleanse these texts. Purify these texts. Cleanse these texts from activity. Only bring forth the truth. Only bring forth the truth of Asha Degree. Even if it's negative, I'm going to bring forth the truth. Bring it in my space, which I already done. I'm just going to do it again. Here we go. Okay, so as usual, we're going to start off with this deck here. As you guys know, this is one of my favorite decks. All right. Before I can get started, this card came out. Alright, these cards came out. This one. I think I'm going to stop there. Okay, so we're going to start with this card here. As you can see, it's the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is basically saying that there's going to be some kind of celebration, some good news, which means they probably get a new lead to the case. If there has been a lead to the case, that's going to lead to even more deeper news. Okay, and then we have the Four of Swords, okay? And the Four of Swords is basically telling me there's some retreat, some solitude, like, which means someone's retreating and probably doing meditating, probably getting spiritual, more than likely. They're getting in tune with themselves. I'm sensing the mother is doing this. Like the mother is doing this, really trying to find some answers. And she's going to get the answers that she seeks. I don't think she's going to like the answers she seeks, but she's going to start getting new insight and new information, things that she's been overlooking and missing. And she's going to get signs too. They're going to start sending her signs. And then we have the High Priestess card. Okay, and High Priestess is basically, there's going to be a trust issue. She's going to learn that some people in her circle that she thought she trusted, she shouldn't have trusted, which means someone had broken her trust. And she's going to find out who that was when she started getting deeper insight and opening her eyes, because I think she's been blind. And then we have the Judgment card, which means there's going to be some new clarity. There's going to be a wake-up call. And she's going to be realizing, okay, hold up, something's not right here. When she get her new, I'm sensing she might end up doing some meditation. She might end up doing some spirituality. She may even seek tarot cards if she has not been on several tarot readings already. And she's going to find out that someone in her circle was not being honest. So she's definitely going to get a wake-up call. Okay, that's what I'm sensing, a wake-up call here. And once that wake-up call comes, as you can see the Five of Pentacles here, okay, she's going to find out that someone, or this child, unfortunately, has been living in isolation and poverty for a while. And someone more than likely kidnapped her. But get this, someone she knows who kidnapped her. And she's going to find that out. She's going to get a wake-up call. So it's telling me someone has been living in some kind of isolation. Now this can definitely mean her. Now here's the thing. With this isolation, it can mean the child has been kidnapped and she was living in isolation for a while. But this also could mean that all the worrying may cause ill problems with the mother. She may start getting sick as well once she finds out the truth. Someone in her circle has been very deceiving and they lied, which means they probably have some kind of sick addiction problem and they're dark. And they done a lot of dark things, which means she didn't know someone in her circle, which means they probably did some really evil, devious things. And that whole highway story, I'm not even sure what that was embellished or misunderstood. Who knows? Which means someone in her circle lied. And she's going to find out this person is nothing but a liar and has been deceiving. Someone in her circle, I'm sensing, ever since I heard the story, I always felt that someone in her circle was being very deceptive. And they knew what happened to Asha, and they haven't said anything all these years. And this new clarity that her mother is going to get, she's going to find that out. Let's dig a little bit deeper into that. Like, who in her circle is lying? Who in her circle is lying? Let's see what these cards say. All right, Asha. Who and what's going on here? What really happened that night? What are you trying to tell me? Oop. Okay, these two cards wanted to come out here. I'm getting, there was definitely an occupation, like someone took a new job. Whoever was being deceptive took a job. They had a new job. There was some job issues, some job changing or something like that. As you can see, the occupation. And then we have the child card, which means they didn't like the kid. It could mean privilege. Just mean privilege. Child was privileged. There was some privilege, which means this child was held at a higher standard, which means this child was favored. That's what that means. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can find a little bit more information about this. Okay, what's going on with Asha? What's going on with Asha? Who's being deceptive here? Who is being deceptive? All right, I got these cards here. Oh, like there's a community, like there is a community thing, which means there's, you see, the false person, like someone is not being honest in her circle, and it's a community. Now, this community means there's a group of people, like there's a secret, I don't know, force or something. It could be trafficking, like she was submitted as trafficking, and someone got paid for this. So there's someone in her circle who's not being honest. Someone who knew what happened. Like that whole highway story was seriously misconstrued. Someone is not being honest at all. This was smoke and mirrors, so to speak. And it looked like if the mom is not meditating, she should start meditating and ask for clarity. She's going to find out. She needs to back up a little bit, maybe do some fasting and meditate, and her answers will come to her. I guarantee it. Someone in her circle is not being honest. This is saying someone is being fake, which means they knew what happened to her all these years and they haven't said anything. Nothing. They're being deceptive. Okay? Let's see if we can get more answers here. Okay. Okay, I got the key and the ship. Okay. Which means the key to her answers is definitely going to be there. Ship, which means there was some traveling. Which means more than likely she was submitted into trafficking. And whoever did this got money for her. She was submitted, like someone in her circle is really evil, and they've been doing this trafficking thing, underhandling, for a very long time. They may have stopped for a while, but they've been doing it a very long time. And Asha was held at a high degree because they favored girls who looks like her for some reason. So, and she was definitely submitted into trafficking. Let's see what these cards say. Let's see if we can get more information. See, look at this. It says, I couldn't tell you face to face, which means they were so ashamed they couldn't look at you in the face. After doing this, they couldn't see you. They couldn't look at you anymore. So someone demeanor shifted after this. She needs to find out who demeanor shifted, what relationship with anyone in her circle shifted after this. See, look, I scared myself that day. Like they almost got caught. And it says, what did you want from me? You see that? What did you want from me? Like, what did you want me to do? I can't help myself. This is something I have to do. Which means that lead, who this guy who claiming he saw some child, could have been a part of the con and cover up on what really happened to her, which means it more than likely was a false lead. Remember, these trafficking things runs in groups. They have women who helps target and traffic the kids, and then they have other people who deliver false leads, and then they have the snatchers and the recruiters. It's like a freaking sick ass business. So that's what happened. Someone in her circle is lying. They know what happened to her, and their whole her going along the highway was bullshit. She was not walking along the highway, which means the person who probably told that story is probably part of the con. So she will have to find this out. She will have to seek within herself and ask for answers. Now, I don't know if Asha is still alive. I'm not going to even answer that question. I'm really not. I'm not going to even ask that question because I, as a mom, can't deal with this question. Me being an empath, it's hard for me to do these stories because it's hard for me to separate my feelings from the story and keep it strictly business. So, but I do want to help as much as possible. So what I'm seeing here, that someone in her circle is lying. They are not telling the truth about Asha. Asha was not saying going along the highway. Whoever gave that lead was a fake lead. He's part of the con and the cover, which means someone in her circle is dark and evil, and they probably sold her for trafficking, which means they probably kept her isolated until the noise died down, and then she was submitted and traveled either overseas or definitely away from her hometown. That's what I'm getting here. So the mom needs to figure out who in her circle demeanor shifted after this. Did a relationship start to fall apart after this? Did the person disappear? Did this person surprisingly come into some money? Think about that. When she seeks those answers, she will find out, and all of her answers and what happened would definitely come to surface. So good luck to her, and I hope and pray. I'm sending to this mom the truth and clarity and strength pertaining to this case and her daughter. That's what I'm sending to her. Good luck. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and thanks for staying throughout the duration of this video. Bye.